Now on this one I'm starting with everything in place, so we'll take it off, reapply it, and I'll show you where my choices are for where to best place the FiniSHIELD. So I'll take off my support and I'll take off the FiniSHIELD, just grab a corner, pull it up, we'll reapply it in a second. Now with the nylon string, I like to use the front suction cups, the main frame part of the guitar support on this upper bout. I just find that it gives a better balance with the neck, it provides extra support, so I like to always have that upper attachment on this upper bout. Not everybody does, some people might bring it back here. I like it up in this area. So again, I'll reapply my FiniSHIELD. Now I'm going to bring it right about into the waist. I'm going to line it up, make sure nothing is overhanging. Once I've made sure, then I'll just start my one edge and bring it down, removing the air bubbles as I go. Just using my thumb. You don't have to press too hard, but you want to be firm with it. Okay, good. Again, making sure nothing is going to overhang. If it does, just lift it back off and start again. Now on my placement for the rear, for the lower bout, just because of whether I'm wearing it across my lap or whether I'm wearing it on my right leg or left leg for classical, I want to have a lot of adjustment on this bottom. That's why there's the longer length. So for classical, I might put it back here, and we'll see that in a minute. So I like to start, for example, it's here to here, roughly in that area. I find that most useful. Again, the idea is that you have this longer length, so once you put it in place, you can just leave it there. So again, I'm going to line it up, making sure nothing overhangs, and then just start feeding it down, running my thumb along from one end, side to side to remove the air bubbles. Now for flamencos, this is a flamenco guitar. However, it's sort of an average width. I wouldn't call it narrow. It's more narrow than a classical, but not as narrow as some flamencos. So if you have a narrow flamenco, like a Conde Hermanos guitar, then you'd want to specify that in your order. And we cut one to width for flamencos, which are 5 millimeters narrower. Now if you had a regular size one and you found that it didn't fit within the width, we want it to fit within the width, otherwise our clothes or something brushing against it might peel it up. So it's important it fits within the width. You could just trim the edge if you needed to. But if you specify flamenco that you need one narrow, I cut it to size specifically for flamencos. And now placing the support. So if I were going to do classical, for example, I might take my guitar rest, and I'm going to put it very close to the waist. And I'm going to bring my rear cup, again, very low, very close to the back of where I've put the FiniSHIELD. Because when I play the classical, I like the neck to be high, and also I don't like the lower bout of the guitar to be too low, drop down in my waist. I like it to be up a little higher. So that's why for classical I like this particular placement. We can see here a little better. Now if I was playing flamenco across the lap, I would do something more like that. And I've got my across the lap position. And so that looks about there. That also works well for the right leg. So I might leave it there for the right leg. I might adjust the neck up or down. To bring the neck down, I just bring the cups closer together, have a lower neck, or I bring the cups farther apart, always adjusting the rear cup, and then that's going to bring it higher on my right leg. And that is the FiniSHIELD applied to acoustic guitars, classical and flamenco.